So the library is just off the living room. Just going to do a quick walkthrough first. Not sure how this lighting will be. I just have to figure it out. So these tables that run up through the side, we built those specifically for the short boxes and the bins that we eventually built and replaced the short boxes with. As you can see. Try to show stuff I got on the walls. The lighting is probably not going to cooperate too well, but we'll give it a shot. Those are peel and stick decals. Mobius Galactus poster that came with the gallery edition of that. That's autographed by Steranko right there. This one over here is autographed by Steve Epting. There. Those first two are autographed by Michael Golden. Joe Rubinstein here and here. Another Steranko autograph. And that is probably my favorite. Autographed by Bob Layton. All-time best Iron Man artist, inker, forever. Another Michael Golden's Walking Dead, autographed by him. That's metal. Get out of the glare here. And that's a Mike Zeck autograph there. Another one here. See if I can move the glare out. There's his autograph. And that's David Finch's autograph too. There. I got Pickle Rick here, autographed by Kyle Stark, the artist. He did a little doodle. I think my in-laws found these shadow boxes at a auction. Don't know who did them, but they're great. Doctor Who. Walking Dead. Tommy Castillo did that. Got it at a con. More con stuff here. Ian Bendis. I touched him. Not sure he liked it, but I did it anyway. Architects here. Really super nice, friendly guy. Neil Adams, not so much. Great artist, but not all that personable. Okay, here's my 18-inch Galactus. This had to be built from pieces you had to get in other Marvel Legends action figures. Had to get a foot here and an arm there and that sort of thing. It's pretty nice. This here is really super detailed Doctor Strange PVC statue. Love it. These are also all PVC. Sweet Christmas. Hard to find a Wolverine statue or action figure that don't have screwed up tips on the blades. But look at the claws. They're perfect. Pretty much. These are the McFarlane Conan series. Really nice. Have these sitting on a riser that I made. So they would just sort of hover over the bins. You can see. Here's the backs of those figures. Iron Man PVC. And this is my favorite era of Iron Man, my favorite Iron Man armor. So, means a lot to me. Perfect. To me, perfect figure. Perfect statue. Namor hanging out with Wolverine here. I think they're just about in proper scale too. Got Godzilla up there, if you can see him. I do have some DC stuff, just not a lot. Not a big DC guy. Most of my stuff is Marvel, but I have a few. Kristen got me this movie accurate Turbo Man figure. Pretty awesome. Jet Jaguar down here. My Ray Bradbury shrine. Got a Twilight Zone figure. Henry Bemis, my favorite Twilight Zone episode. Time Enough at Last. What that's from. The shelf here is mainly my network stuff that powers the whole house, but I've got some Star Trek stuff over here. Did a really good job with the detail on this Deathlock. Led Zeppelin box set. This was left of my DVDs that I didn't already get rid of. Had some space on the lower part of these bin stands, so I figured why not put them down there. Here's my CD case. I would open this up and show inside, but they are hopelessly in need of organizing. Embarrassingly out of order as far as filing. A few more back here, Blu-rays and a couple of box sets along the back of this shelf. Kristen's Torchwood collection, but she left them here, so they somehow wound up in my collection. Way up here, I've got my old paperbacks. I don't buy many paperbacks anymore, but I've read everything here, or it wouldn't be on the shelf, but I have all the old Conan paperbacks and the Cull, Robert E. Howard stuff, the Elric of Melniboné, some of the other Moorcock stuff. Read a lot of the Anne Rice vampire novels. Other odds and ends. It's Prose. It's up here. Got some TV guides. Not glare on that. I've got those in Mylar, but just those two. Those over there I don't. I'll get to those in a sec. Standing on a ladder to get these shots, but I like to collect the old Overstreet price guides. I never collected comics for investment. Never to resell. But I like them just as a reference. They're fun to look at. And it's a good way to support the Hero Initiative. I buy their limited edition every year. Fantastic covers. And a great charity to support. So I'll be pushing that hard for you guys to start buying those. They only make a 500 print run a year, and they never sell out, so not enough people are buying these for sure. But they're pretty great. I mean, look at some of these covers. Look at this one. Just beautiful. Got so many I had to start stacking them the other way just to save space. There's more of my TV guides. Other Prose books. Most of the stuff up here is mine. Some of this is my wife's. This shelf is mostly art books. Got some video game guides and art from video games. Other media. That's a Skyrim, really nice Skyrim set. These are mostly reference. TV and movies, video game guides, Doom 3 thing. Down here is kind of a little catch-all. It's odds and ends, super old books that I found. Love that old dictionary. I've gotten rid of most of my actual single issue comics. I've got it down to about 3,000 maybe, and I've got them in these open bins. There's short boxes underneath. Those are mainly empty, and I keep them there sort of just in case I need them. But I like to display what I have left. This first box is all autograph covers, autograph comics. A lot of great stuff in here. Turner. There's a Bendis. Peter David. This one here is Jim Shooter and Mike Zeck. This is Mike Zeck. Yeah, not selling this. Got a lot of Iron Man. A lot of Thor. Quite a few Thors. Got the entire Micronauts run, both runs actually, both series. Love that. If it ever gets collected, I'll double dip for sure. This bin, I have the complete Shogun Warriors. Only ran 20 issues. Love that stuff. Left this big space here for when I complete my Godzilla run. Marvel's Godzilla, it's going to go here. It's going to live here. These bins we bought from like Lowe's and places like that. And then I put a back on them. I put this foam floor in so they're soft. And just generally strengthen them up. They're still not really what you want to carry comics around in, even though they have a handle. They're mainly just for display. They work pretty good for that. They actually stopped making this size, so I started having to build my own to finish this out. Let me show you the ones I built myself are over here. I don't have the handle in place, but basically followed their idea. Mine's a lot stronger though because I've got a full bottom in it, unlike the original ones. But I have the complete Defenders run in singles, even the Marvel features they were in. So yeah, and I am double dipping on these. Got the first Omni. Hopefully the other one will come out. But love the Defenders. And all of my singles are in Mylar, the standard Mylar. I don't believe in taping comic books. These are, I cut them at an angle and just fold them and tuck them. And they're in a standard board, standard acid-free board. No need for tape, people. Don't know why people tape. No need. A lot of Hulks. I have all of the World War Hulk stuff in singles. All the Planet Hulks, got those. Got Buffy Season 8 in single. I have all of the Brubaker Cap in single, and I'm double dipping in the Omnis too. Just because I guess I don't like money or something. I don't know. So these are mostly my top count Tomb Raider related stuff. See, when I started building the bins myself, I made them longer too. I made them where they would span the entire stand I got here. So most of my X-Men stuff's in this bin. Stuff I will never get rid of like this. Just love it. Even though I've double dipped with those on Omnis also. Got a lot of Wolverine. Originally had the entire run of the main series, and I sold a lot of those off to help fund other things. Kept a few samples though, some of the best stuff. I really love the old late 70s Marvel stuff, the obscure stuff that never really went anywhere, like this Skull Slayer. Ran for 8 issues. Fantastic. Storyline finished up in an old Marvel 2-in-1. I have that too. But I'm just a sucker for this kind of stuff with the time travel and all that. Just love it. Some of that stuff will never be collected probably, so I've got singles. Have all of the John Burns Alpha Flight run. Love that. Got a lot of Ghost Rider. And I'll probably be double dipping on these if they ever come out with the Omnis that we need. A lot of Fantastic Four. Sold off a lot of my Fantastic Fours to help fund my Omnis, but I've kept some samples, some examples, the great ones. One really odd one here is, for some reason, this Marvel 2-in-1 #1 with Man-Thing is not in the Man-Thing Omnibus. No idea why. It's like they forgot about that one. This bin back here, one that I built, these are all primarily unread because I haven't finished collecting the run yet. Like this. And this one's autographed by Tony Isabella. But this ran for like 16 issues. And I think it's collected in the new Doctor Doom Omni, but I don't really want that because I don't want a lot of the other material that's in it, so I'm not going to get it. I'm just going to finish these. I only need a few more and I'll be able to read that run. So that's the remnant of my, my single comic collection. Some of this stuff here is just stacked because it hasn't been gone through yet. It's kind of my mostly non-Marvel box. Don't have a lot of non-Marvel, but I got some. A lot of my Spider-Man related and just odds and ends. Some of the Conan spilled over here. Namor. They seem like they're not in order, but I actually know exactly what's in each bin. I use the Collector Z database software. So I have everything each bin has a letter and a number. And so I know exactly what's in there. I can find stuff very quickly with using the app or the program on my computer. Got a lot of Conans. Got the whole King Conan run. Probably going to double dip as the Omnis come out. I already have started doing that. These are my magazine size books. Got a lot of Marvel's Epic line. Got all the Tomb of Dracula magazines. So this shelf up here is my Marvel collected editions. It's hardcovers and trades up here. I don't buy a whole lot of those anymore. Mainly like to buy Omnis now and the gallery editions and like that, which those start here. And these are in sort of alphabetical order, but by subject, like all my Avengers are together there by A. And my Conan and related are all together by C, including Cull. And my Daredevils. Got the Garth Ennis Punisher books. Those are fantastic. Got Spider-Man under S for Spider-Man, so all those will go there. And X-Men are under X, not U, because I group in Wolverine and X-Men by that also. So all this space is for future expansion. And I'll need it when I show you my unread shelf, which you haven't seen yet. See, I don't allow any books on these main shelves that I haven't read. I don't know, I'm weird that way. Down here, this is mostly it's my wife's stuff. It doesn't really fit into the other categories. And this shelf is non-creator owned, non-Marvel. Don't have a whole lot of that, but got a little. So this is my creator-owned / independent shelf. And these are in alphabetical by author, last name, and then by title, mostly. Got a lot of Bendis, a lot of Brubaker. I had the Preacher series in trade paperback. That's where I originally read it. Then I upgraded to these absolutes. They're beautiful. So down here on these lower shelves at the back of the room are my unreads. So this is my to read. And I put my stuff, I read basically in FIFO, which is first in, first out, with some exception. Like when something's sitting here waiting for me to read it, and then a volume 2 comes out and I still haven't read volume 1, I will put volume 2 next to volume 1 rather than at the end of the FIFO. So that's how I do that. But these are all ones I bought and not read yet. And this is more or less the order they were bought in. So I'm getting newer as I run through here. Like I said, these are not allowed to be on the main shelf until I read them. That's how I do it. Come around the other side. Try to keep this steady so you can see what's going on, but not easy to get all the way down here, especially when you're old. Now I have some room, and my idea, the concept is I'm not going to let this get away from me, and then I'll be able to keep reading and pulling these out and shifting and never run out of space. That's the theory. So I have some room for expansion, as you can see. So now we're in what I call the library annex, which is my bedroom. And this is my Tolkien shelf. When I first put everything on here, it would actually fit pretty comfortably. But I've added to it, and as you can see, some things are a little on top of each other. Yeah, I've got like that. Here we've got the ring, the sword. It's beautiful. It's glorious. So then over here we have the stuff I'm about to read. I mean, that's a relative term, but so this is our dresser with our bedroom TV, but so starting here and back is the FIFO order, first in, first out. And these ones in front are usually ones I'm going to read before that. So this is the one I'm currently reading. Is the David McLeany, Bob Layton, John Romita Jr. Iron Man. Just started on that, as you can see. Then it should be, well, I got a few other odds and ends, and then it'll be Swamp Thing time. And that's pretty much it. Probably do maybe 4 of these a year. It's kind of my concept, so we'll see how I progress.